Welcome to Directions from a Spiritual Tour Guide. I am Chanel Scott, a healer and a psychic medium who has been sharing my gifts professionally for more than a decade. This is a space where spirituality is simple, grounded, and lived, not performed. Here, we talk about the real inner work, the pauses, the questions, the healing, and the moments that shift everything quietly. This is the real talk for real life, without the fluff, the bypassing, or the pressure to be anything other than yourself. Through honest conversations, guided healing sessions, and soulful reflections, you'll be reminded that you already carry the wisdom you're seeking. Spirituality isn't something you chase. It's something you remember and embody. I'm here with you on this journey we call life, to gently guide you back to yourself, to reclaim your power, and remember your sacred self. From my heart and soul to yours. Hey there, Chanel here from the Heart and Soul with your 2026 channeled message. I'm not sure how this is going to go. It keeps coming through in different ways for me, and we're just going with it and just allowing Spirit to lead and share channeled messages with you. For those of you who I have not met before, my name is Chanel. I am a healer and a psychic medium, and I work with those on a spiritual journey that are feeling lost, like they've lost their identity or lost their direction, lost their way, that are trying to figure out who they are again and remember their sacred self. And I have this beautiful gift of helping you see the places where you created the belief systems that are now blocking you and creating a gap and feeling of disconnect, and helping you to understand those belief systems and why they're there, why they kept you safe, and how you have shifted and changed and evolved using healing work, spiritual practices, and of course my spiritual gifts to set you free, to help you remember who you are and reclaim your power, your divine power. Every year I do a message for New Year's Eve. It is a year kind of energy forecast. In the past, I've used cards, and since I've started to channel, I've done channeling instead. So we're going to let my spirit guides take over. I can feel them coming in and let them speak. So you're going to notice that I close my eyes a lot. It's because I'm listening and allowing them to use me as a channel, and it's the easiest way to give them full access. So let's tap into 2026 and what we are about to encounter. My spirit guides bring us greetings from far beyond. And they're just holding space for us, which feels so beautiful. This year hasn't truly begun yet. We will truly feel the full shift as we step into the new moon later this month. Our focus today is to encourage you to discover who you are truly and fully, as this year is very different than those that have come before it. As me, the channel, has shared with you many times, you are standing on the precipice. You are about to step forward and never be able to go backwards. There is this timeline shift that has disconnected us from the past. No more karmic debt, no more soul contracts, no more lessons to learn. You have done all that you have committed to do here. The young ones that are coming in, the littles, they have a whole different plan for them. They will not experience what you did with karma and past lives, and there isn't this convoluted energy that they have this much clearer direction and path of evolution that we are on. They're like, don't worry about that right now. Not important. What we have seen is this rupture or crevice or split in time where we are actually right now in kind of an in-between. And as we are in this phase of in-between, we have this opportunity to fully step into the new energy. With this not going backwards, we are being shown that the choices we make going forwards defines the timeline we choose to live in. And this feels very like, I'm going to use the word manifestation. Manifestation happens very quickly. Of course, there's always the 5-second rule. You can change your mind, change your words. But there is this piece where things happen very quickly, energetically. They say that this is so that we can evolve in a greater way, is the best words for it. This year will feel incredibly different, as you will notice this theme of choices. And you will choose your own destiny. You will choose your own path the entire way. And what is done cannot be undone. Again, we're not going backwards. Those who choose to hold on to the old timeline will be tethered to it. They're showing me like a rope and it's going into like a black abyss. Tethering yourself will keep you trapped. It will stop you from being able to move forward. It will hold you in this place of stillness, creating this feeling of being stuck. Although there are many that will be in that place that will not recognize it as that. Because they are not in tune, they will just think that this is life. For those who have chosen a more spiritual path, you will feel the energetic shifts of the earth with greater expression. The moon cycles seem to be really important this year. Paying attention to the new and the full moon, the energy shifts that come with it, and then secondary to that is planetary shifts. Pay attention. These are big this year. Again, as those who know me, you know I'm not an astrologer. I look it up, they give me things, and then I go, what are you talking about? And I have to look it up and see what they mean. So know that those two things are really important this year. We will be tracking the moons and the shifts that come with it. The other thing they keep showing me is this whole Alice in Wonderland thing. And it's so vivid. When she takes the pieces of the mushroom and she has to choose, one makes you big, one makes you small, and what happens. And the words that always come through is choose adventure. There is this piece of Alice in Wonderland that in the movie, she is very much forced to think outside of the box, to let go of linear thinking and to allow whatever is going to happen, to experience it, to be a part of it, to take a chance, to just trust and go. And we see that throughout the movie over and over and over again. And this year really has that same kind of energy. They like immediately are like, don't stress, it's not bad, it's good, don't worry. And then they remind us we have choice and you will make it what you make it. As we move further into January, we'll notice that this like pause energy continues until the new moon. Then the energy picks up with the new moon in January. The theme of this month is very much clarity. This doesn't mean specific details necessarily. we get caught up in our linear thinking, our logical thinking again. And they're telling us to like drop into the body and allow the body to show us the way. When we are connected and paying attention, the messages come through in a different way. Clairsentience, and I am not surprised, this is the workshop for Divine Map for January, is working with clairsentience, feels like it is a very important clair this year. For those that don't have access to it yet, you will, because energetically we are so much more aware that this theme or this clair is going to be really key in paying attention to the messages that are coming through. Again, there's this sense of letting go of the logical mind and the linear thinking and just really having this acceptance of when we drop into our intuition, what feels like should happen or should be possible is our linear mind talking and not our intuition. Because our intuition lets the possible and the impossible happen at the same time. And when we see it and we experience it, we're like, what? And it just messes with our mind. Because we're not supposed to be in our mind. We are supposed to drop into our body, into our soul, into our intuition, and into awareness. It is about being present. That really gets pushed on us throughout January, the end of January, and into the beginning of February. As we move into February, this feeling of awareness will divide us. There will be those that have acceptance of it and will move with the flow. And those that are getting more and more and more uncomfortable with the day. Those that are uncomfortable are those that are not paying attention or are not trusting in what is coming through, so it brings up discomfort instead of understanding that it is messages arriving and that if we acknowledge it, it allows. There's this feeling that February brings this drop off of people, almost this feeling of mass exodus, but it doesn't literally mean people leaving as much as it means people like, again, choosing is the word that they're using, and they're not giving me like a clear, like, to explain it. They're like, we don't need to understand it fully. We just need to go through it. March heightens the energy. There's this feeling of being like ultra sensitive. Not in the sense that it's irritating or overwhelming, just that we've connected in and we've like clued into this feeling of energy and we are really able to manipulate it, which is a good word, not a bad word, manipulate it and to understand it, to be able to use it for our good. The one thing that has been really clear is that, and this is, okay, so this ties back to February. So those that are not using the energy for good, this is why that it'll feel like discomfort and forcing, will really struggle. And it's almost like they get disconnected from it and not have access because they're not using it for the right reasons, which makes so much sense to what I was receiving. It's going to be an interesting year. In this heightened awareness in March, as I can feel the like divine connection opening and the messages coming through so streamlined, so like the awareness, it's just like instantaneous. Instead of how we were trying to figure it out, it's like we got it and it just happens and it just flows. They're acknowledging the next 2 months, so that would be April and May. There is this solid pause in the energy. It's almost like we need to catch up to it. And it's not that things necessarily shut down that we experienced in March, but there's this piece of getting used to it almost. Like we need time to practice and to really stay with the energy. It also feels like these 2 months bring a lot of awareness. The feeling that is coming through is this sensation of spiritual journey or spiritual path. And I often feel this when I feel my own journey and my clients' journeys, is that there is this spiritual component to our learning and growth. And they're not sharing that it's lessons as much as it is embodiment. Really finding this embodiment of passage. June brings this lightness. It's almost like we're floating. There is this etheric energy that comes forward. This seamless awareness, this seamless receiving of messages, channeling it through. We begin to resist less and find that we are now open to what is coming through, open to receiving. And this, with the resistance being gone, there is just this beautiful flow that happens. There is so much more ease and grace and freedom that comes forward in June and carries forward throughout the rest of the year. End of June brings choices, they're telling me. And these choices will determine the path that you travel. For some, rest will be required. No choice to move forward, but instead just to be present in the now. It's like those people are the ones that need more time to, I'm going to say learn in quotes, because it doesn't feel like actual learning, but it's more like this piece of practicing this embodiment that we are experiencing. Those are the ones that will need rest. It will have been more challenging to move through all of this energy, and the choices that they have made will allow them space and grace, but also the struggle, so there won't be this energy to move forward. For a chosen few, these are the leaders. The messages that these people share. And they're like showing me it's not like 5 leaders. Like there's thousands of people here. Like it's not like a few numbers, like thousands of people walking a spiritual path that are in the light and sharing these messages. Maybe it was my panic coming in of like, oh my God, do I have to? No. The leaders through the light will lead by example how to live in the light codes, connected to the grid, connected to source, connected to one another. This understanding of how divinely we are all connected. It takes those who are ready to learn it, and I'm going to take that word out and use the word experience it, to share and to guide others and assist others in being able to have this same experience. There's this, like, it's not as easy to do this if you don't have a certain level of awareness. So there's this teaching of deepening of the awareness. July and August feel like they bring a little bit of chaos. As everybody is scrambling and trying to figure out where they belong. This will bring some upset, but also much deeper clarity. There's this feeling of stumbling over things or like barreling through things, not in a forceful way, but in a way of like, I chose to learn and it's showing me, and it's like very progressive and moving at a fast pace. It's almost like in the depths of the sun, we are really being like anchored in and transmitting there is something about transmitting. It's like I can feel the energy being emanated, kind of like wavelengths coming out. And there is like this deep healing sensation that is coming through. There is this sense of collective energy. Again, leaders leading by example, standing in the light. This year very much is a year of leadership and light. Those that are divine masculine, feminine, sovereignty, equality, authenticity, they will stand forward and stand up for those that need it most. And now is the time for this transition where those who are not acting in the best interest of all will really struggle to find their footing. We began to show this to you many, many years ago. This place where those that were for the collective and for the people will continue to rise because they are not about power, but they are about the collective. Those that have come here to acquire power. Oh, they're just allowing me to feel that. There is this sadness for their fight, as it will never feel like enough. It will never feel like they have accomplished what they have set out to do. There is this sense of crumbling, but they're not giving me any more because it's not ours to know at this moment. The rest of this year, September through December of 2026, is the returning of power. Yes, I know we just talked about power and negative and da-da. This is an internal power. The struggles we faced throughout the warmer months were there for us to regain our own inward power, to find our strength. And yes, it will take us most of the year to do so. But when we do, it is like the horse, the galloping, the freedom, this beautiful image of pure bliss of running. The horse isn't running from something. The horse is experiencing the energy. This freedom of spirit, this connection to earth, this trust in not only itself, but the world around it. It is this trust that we have lacked for a very long time. We were taught to fear, to hide, to follow, to not challenge. But many years ago, there are those that were brave enough to step forward and to begin this revolution. And it is only the beginning. But what occurs in this year will be incredibly transformative to us globally, as that is what is required. Remembering that we are here to take care of each other and not for one to be more powerful than the other, but that each and every one is cared for. And not just the humans, the animals, the earth, the planet. There is this revolution, this reminder of the damage we have done and how we change that. This year brings many changes and many, many choices. We welcome you to step forward into it. I can feel the excitement, yet hesitation of going someplace new, someplace we've never been before. Yes, you are about to embark on a journey that has never been taken, not by anyone that has walked this earth before. But it has been by many souls who have chosen to reincarnate here and continue the journey and the mission to return the earth to the way that she is meant to be. To abolish the greed, the poison, to remind us of who we are and why we came. To reconnect the souls, not just of the humans, but of other realms. The guardians of our galaxy who take the shape of many of our animals and plants, trees. Those that came to care here for the earth and to mitigate the damage that us as humans have created. The end of 2026 will look nothing like it did at the beginning, for the good. And if you are here for this journey, you have chosen to stand in the light. And for that, you will be rewarded. Keep turning your face to the sun or to the full moon. And let this illumination remind you of the light within, the power that you hold, and the choice of coming here. That was yours. This is a year of choices, of alignment, of deep awareness, and community. And the more we take care of each other this year, the more we see our own power. Because it isn't about one rising, but it is rising as one, together. I knew it would feel different this year, and my goodness, it is so very, very different, the messages that came through. I trust that they will continue to guide us on this journey. I am so grateful for my spirit guides, the collective of star beings who have moved with me for a very long time, that are here to guide us on this journey, to help me, to help you, to teach and grow, to evolve, and to have this awareness of our journey and our path. I am so incredibly grateful to be able to do this and share this with you. to have you here on my journey. And I thank you for showing up. I thank you for listening and being here and supporting me, as it means the world to me. I am so incredibly grateful for the many souls that touch my heart and in return support me in touching the hearts of others. I embrace the gift of being a healer. It has always been there. And I may have gotten lost along the way, trying to do other things. But the reality is that's what I've always been, a healer. I hold sacred space for those who are ready to take your power back, to reclaim what has always been yours, and to recognize your sacred self was never gone. You just forgot her for a while. So thank you. I love what I get to do. And I'm honored to share the journey with so many. So as I finish out last year, and we are stepping into this new year, there is a website change coming. I learned WordPress in 2025. I don't know if that was a good thing or not, but I've learned it. And it's almost done. That will be launching very, very soon. I am switching newsletter providers, so it will be coming from MailChimp going forward. And of course, the journey continues. Come Home to Your Sacred Self will be launched again this year. I am just finishing up with the cohort that I am currently working with. And we have this month, January, still. So it won't be right away, but that will be launching probably late winter, early spring. Of course, I am still doing Yoga Nidra. It is this different day this month, but it will go back to the second Friday of every month, starting in February. We're January 2nd, tomorrow, if you are going to join me. Same thing, Night with Spirit, my small group sessions will continue starting in February, second Friday of every month, 8:30 p.m. in Dundas. If you would like to join me for an extra special morning of messages this month, I am going to be at Mystic Ramen, which is one of my favorite places to work. I love the crew. I love the owners. I love the space. I love the vibe. I love it all. So join me there on January 18th for a morning of messages. The restaurant is closed to anyone else. It will just be the morning of messages, and then full menu will be available to order. And then we'll see what else happens. I have committed to doing more in-person events this year, maybe some moon cycles, because clearly the moons are really important, as well as just some teaching pieces as well, working energy work, mediumship, some of those aspects. So I am committed to that as well. So definitely that will be happening. Divine Map is always open. It is my mentorship group. We meet a couple of times a month. We do different things to work on your mediumship, develop your intuition, that sort of thing. January, we are working with the energy of clairsentience, how to really access that energy source, that clair, and how to work with it. And then, of course, I love my personal one-on-one sessions with clients. They are never one and done, although some people, that's what happens. They are definitely a journey. Healing doesn't happen in one shot, but healing happens with every opportunity that we get, and it continues on the more that we do our own work. So my booking calendar is always open. I have lots of room for private clients. So if you are interested in working one-on-one to level up, learning and healing and doing this work, I promise you will change your life. It is a game changer, and it removes obstacles and barriers that are so deep that you're just like, unaware of how much they actually are holding you back or keeping you stuck. When I see people regain their power, it is so powerful. It is so purposeful. It's so incredible to see them have these moments where the healing happens and they begin to release the pieces that have kept them stuck for so long. Personally, business, relationships, you name it. It's incredible. So I'd love to work with you in 2026. I would love you to show up, not just for yourself, but when you show up in front of me, it tells me that you are really ready, that there is no turning back, and that you want something that you are dedicated to achieving. So I am here for this incredible experience of 2026 and those that invite me on their journey. And I am so honored to be there. I'm so grateful to be a part of this spiritual evolution in whatever capacity we work together, even if that is just you listening to this right now and nothing more. So thank you. Wishing you who are listening the most magical 2026. May it bring you all your hopes and dreams. May your wishes come true. May you be willing to go inward, to turn your outward world into the one that you've always dreamed of. From my heart and soul to yours. Thank you for spending this time with me. If something from this episode resonated, let it settle. Awareness will always show you what you need to know. If you feel called to go deeper, you're invited to explore the ways we can work together through private sessions, group experiences, and guided practices, all shared at my website, fromtheheartandsoul.com. And if this episode supported you, subscribing, leaving a review, or sharing it with someone on a similar path helps this work reach those who may need it. Trust what stayed with you. Trust what stirred. Those are the directions meant for you. Until the next time, keep listening inward and walking your path in your own way. From my heart and soul to yours.